Why don't we go next to Brett from Chicago? Brett from Chicago, welcome to the David Pakman Show. What's going on?
Hey David, how's it going?
It's
Oh,
going
sorry,
well.
I know. Yeah. I talked to you a while ago. I don't know if you remember. I mentioned I'm in the DSA here in Chicago.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember.
Yeah. It was a more positive time then. Now, as you can imagine, there's a little bit of a situation going on, and I'm in the midst of trying to figure out how to, process it and act within that. Because like I'm in a leadership position, and
Oh boy.
yeah, and as you've seen, some of the things the DSA has been saying broadly about the whole issue of Israel and Palestine and Hamas
You mean the
specifically.
terrorist attack by Hamas last weekend?
Yes. I
Right.
mean the terrorist attack by Hamas, and it's just yeah. It's so weird because right, I'm a socialist, right, and whatever happens in this framework shouldn't change someone's economic position, right?
Right.
But there's a real fear that I have that based on like what the people around me are like their perception of the world and what they choose to like support is going to make me like could make me very well like disassociate like from these people, like have to not be involved in this movement anymore, even though like on the all the other fronts we're on like the same page, but just like
Let
the
me see if we can
specific.
explore that. I want to make
Yeah.
sure, and just so I know, Brett,
Mhm.
how to use our time. This is what you wanted to talk about, right? There's not some other thing you're going to switch. Like this is what we're talking about today.
Yeah, no, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what we're talking about. I have a
So
question
if I
about cats,
understand
but
correctly, if I understand correctly, you're sort of saying you as a DSA person in leadership at Democratic Socialists of America
Mhm.
have a set of economic sort of circumstances that you believe are best. And you were struggling with the reaction from DSA to the Hamas terrorist attack. And you're sort of, it sounds like in a way, disaffected by the fact that why do those who share certain economic beliefs have to go and delve into saying what you think to be problematic things about what happened in Israel? Am I understanding that correctly? And it's making you question the relationship to DSA.
yes, that's a very good summary,
Mm.
honestly.
Have people expressed to you why they believe that their economic views are inextricably linked to the things that DSA says about the Israeli Palestinian conflict? Has anyone explained to you the connection as they believe it to be?
We definitely have to speak about it more, but from the gist, from what I've like been able to think, understand the idea that I have now, which may change, is that it's rooted in a much more deep, like almost like a metaphysical belief about the functioning of the world,
Hmm.
like a class analysis taken to a degree. Because I've been a part of an organization before that was turned out to basically be a cult, but like I thought was like just a left leaning organization to help the working class or whatever. Turned out to be a cult and had no real epistemological framework.
Hmm.
And I'm seeing like that there might be a similar thing here where people have like a very black and white view of the world where there's like the hegemony and the United States and the oppressors, and then there's the
Right.
oppressed people, and there's nothing. My friend in this organization literally said to me, you cannot do violence against oppressors. Like that is not like possible. Like you cannot, like anything you do to oppressors is not violence by definition.
Right.
And like it's like sort of it is like a metaphysical framework from some sort of Marxist Hegelian, some sort of deep like philosophy that I have no connection with.
Yeah, I know. I totally understand. Well, listen, that's quite a situation. What do you think you're going to leave the group, or what are you thinking of doing?
I think it depends on how we end up like voting on like what our specific like chapter like endorses, because it's a democratic institution.
Yeah.
And if it's too much for me, I've still got to think about it because the specific statement wasn't as bad as I had feared, but
Mm.
it's still pretty problematic. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a tough decision.
Well, Brett, let us know what happens. I appreciate you calling in about it.
Thank you, David.
All right, Brett from Chicago, DSA leadership, reconsidering his role there. Let's take a quick break. If you're holding on, just hold on a little longer. We'll continue on taking calls on Discord in a moment.